This is Golpo, a personalized podcast. October 13th, 1972. A plane carrying 45 people, many of them young rugby players from the Old Christians Club, vanishes over the Andes Mountains. In the cockpit, there's turbulence, then a violent collision. One of the survivors, Roberto Canessa, remembers the moment. He said, "I thought, you're dead. You are going to know what is in the last frontier of life." When the plane lost the wings and tail, it began to slide at an incredible speed. The fuselage tobogganed down a glacier before slamming to a halt, a broken metal tube in an endless sea of white. They were stranded at over 11,000 feet. The initial shock gave way to the brutal reality of their new world. Freezing temperatures plummeted to minus 35 degrees Celsius at night. The thin air made every breath a struggle. The survivors, many of them just college students, organized immediately. Medical students Gustavo Zerbino and Roberto Canessa tended to the horribly injured. Others worked to turn the shattered fuselage into a makeshift shelter, a fragile defense against the elements.
Their only connection to the outside world, their only source of hope, was a small transistor radio. For 8 days, they huddled around it, listening for any news of a rescue. Then, the radio delivered a death sentence. The search had been called off. The world had given them up for dead. Hope evaporated, replaced by a cold, quiet despair. Their meager food supplies were gone. Starvation began to set in. They were faced with an impossible choice. After days of agonizing debate, wrestling with their faith and their most deeply held taboos, they made a collective pact. To survive, they would have to consume the bodies of their friends who had perished in the crash. It was an act born of desperation, one that would save their lives but leave profound psychological scars of guilt and trauma that many would carry forever. Just as they began this grim new reality, the mountain struck again. On October 29th, a massive avalanche swept over the fuselage, burying them alive in the snow and killing 8 more people. It was a relentless, unimaginable ordeal.
Yet, through it all, they clung to each other. They formed a tight-knit community, a society on the snow, held together by shared faith and a desperate will to live. And unknown to them, another fight was being waged miles away. Their families, refusing to believe their sons were gone, organized and funded their own private search missions, keeping a flicker of hope alive when the rest of the world had moved on. After 72 days in the frozen wasteland, with 16 survivors left, 2 of them made a final desperate gamble. Nando Parado and Roberto Canessa decided to walk out. With no maps, no climbing gear, and only makeshift sleeping bags, they began a perilous 10-day trek across the Andes. They climbed impossible peaks and navigated treacherous terrain, fueled by a promise to save their friends. Their journey led them to a lone Chilean herdsman, a discovery that triggered the rescue. The world watched stunned as helicopters lifted the emaciated survivors from the mountain. The miracle of the Andes isn't just a story about endurance. Their survival forced a revolution in aviation. It led to enhanced pilot training for mountain regions, advanced navigation aids, and vastly improved emergency protocols and survival training. The 16 who returned carried the weight of their experience, but they also carried a powerful story of human resilience, a story that proves that even in the face of absolute despair, the human spirit can find a way not only to survive, but to create a legacy.